indie guy too, man. He was a lover of many books, including anything by Maxwell Prince. A great Ice Cream Man collection and
Yeah.
everything by Maxwell Prince, omnibuses and rare editions and all that stuff. Man,
Yeah.
rest in peace, both of those guys, man.
Yes.
It's a shame. It's just something that you just think about how all this that we love, all this community, in this community, all the comics and everything. It's just ephemeral. It's just like we are. We're here temporarily, and it
And
makes you
yes,
appreciate the time you have here.
that's very true. But also, I've been thinking about how long we've been here. You've been here longer than I have. I've been here for
Hmm.
3 years. These people that I've known online exclusively, I've known them for a long time online now. And
Yeah,
I've just been really reminiscing on how affected I've been by Skip and Empire. These people who are not directly involved in my lives, but I'm still super affected because they're part of this community that I love so much, and it's nice to know that they exist even when they're not in my circle, in my vicinity. It's nice that they're out there and they could be. Skip wasn't here every Wednesday, but might be here, and that was super cool.
hmm,
And
yeah,
I'm realizing how much I really do appreciate this community, how much I need this community, how much it means to me.
absolutely, absolutely. A lot of good people in it.
Haters gonna hate, 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 hate.
Butts.
What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday once again, and we are back for another FOC and chill. Nothing going on with me. The drama in the community continues, but I'm losing more and more interest in it every day. Um, things get things get really uninteresting when it gets super ad hominem. I don't know, I don't really go after people's appearance or their personal stuff. I'm about letting people be who they are in this space and just appreciating that we all love comic books. So like things have taken this turn, I feel like, where we're just attacking each other's appearances. We're talking about our parenting. We're talking about, and these are people, my friends are doing this too, don't get me wrong, but we're talking about each other's, we're just going way too far with it, man. And it's not, stop being funny and it started getting like, I don't know, not not funny. So I don't want to focus on any of that ridiculousness. I think I'm not well suited for that kind of stuff because the truth matters to me. If somebody says something that's not true, that matters to me. If someone lies about someone, that matters to me. These things matter to me. And I can't exist in a space where those things don't matter to anybody. So I got to leave all that stuff alone. So we'll move all past that unless anybody wants to talk about it. If they have questions, we can do that. But like I feel like there's been way too much chatter about dumb shit, and I just want to get back to the things that are fun, the things that we enjoy, the reasons why we're here. And I'm feeling a little burnt out. So this might be the last FOC and chill for a little bit. I feel like I need to take a break and determine, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? And I think some absence might do my heart growing fonder some good. So, and on top of that, I lost my discount with StreamYard. And I know you can still do the show without paying for StreamYard, but I lost my discount with StreamYard and I'm not paying $45 a month. So I need to take time to figure out what we're going to do instead of StreamYard as well. And so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel next week. But right now, I'm feeling like, it might be time to take a break. A week from today is my birthday. So if I did go live next week, it would be my birthday stream. But I'm not really a birthday guy. So that doesn't really appeal to me at all. So that makes it less likely, not more likely. Uh, but that's all I got, man. I think, the drama's fun when we're talking about dumb shit. When we start talking about people's families, people's wives, people's parenting, when we really start to attack people, we start policing each other. We've got we've got these we've got these comic book community watcher channels popping up with people burners, and they're going to hold the community accountable. And this thing has just taken a weird turn, especially with all these burner accounts, these policemen burner accounts coming through and calling everything deplorable and, acting like there's some kind of fucking authority. It's taken this is weird, dude. This place is taking a weird turn, and I just need to take a break from it. I kind of feel like, but like I said, we'll see where we feel about it next week, But let's get that link in the chat. We'll see if anybody has any thoughts. We do got the new fancy comments on screen now. So that StreamYard bringing you that bang for the $45 bucks. And then we also got YouTube with the new reward system in the chat where you can be ranked on a leaderboard. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. We got GT Key Comic in first place here with 150 experience points. I don't quite know how that works. It doesn't quite make sense to me, but it's kind of fun acting like it matters. I had fun acting like it mattered with John in a chat. I can't remember whose chat that was, but me and John were competing for it. It was funny. So it doesn't really matter, but it's funny if you pretend it matters. So have fun with that. And congrats to GT Key in the first place. Let's go ahead and what up to homie TM? But let's get to the chat here. We got the homie TN Games and Comics, formerly actually still TN Comedy, but also now TN Games and Comics. Check my man out. Plug into him if you're looking for that pure pop culture comic book content. My guy's got you covered. My man Perry Comics came through and liked the stream. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And hashtag little girlfriend. If you know, you know. Yeah, as you start chatting, you get experience. It's true. And the homie Phil's Treehouse is here as well. Good to see you as always. He's trolling me. He said, nah, on the poll, but liked it anyway. I'll take it. Both. It's engagement either way, so I'll take it. There is our current leaderboard king, GT Key Comic in the house. What up, my man? We got Darth Lopez dropping the vocab out here. He's been dropping that vocab on me lately. It's been kind of funny how in some of his videos he starts with that definition of a word. It's kind of funny. I like it. We got Benny Compton in the house, my Discord brother. What up, Benny? Good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming through. And yeah, I thought that Vampirella on that Monsters cover was interesting. I was kind of curious how the Vampirella licensing works because I thought Dynamite had that. So I was curious.
Yeah, they might. It is who's Monsters through? I don't.
It's the Keen Spot. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe they're just because like a ton of comic publishers are doing crossovers lately, so they might be doing a crossover themselves.
We got the homie Fatty Boom Batty. We got what up, Retro? Thanks for joining. Just getting through the chat here. Fatty Boom Batty, John Stout is in the house.
Oh, you do that. I gotta make myself some grub real quick. Haven't eaten dinner yet.
All right. Thanks for coming through. We got TM Nerdy, who's also on the stream. What up, TM? He's here to spread the love, apparently. he's on the Christina Payne train of spreading that love, and that's not a bad train to be on right
I just gotta wear protection while I'm doing it.
Happy I'm Canadian Day. That sounds like a boo. What up, Entropy in Comics? What up, Kevin? Good to see you.
Evening.
For coming through. This will be a Starship Trooper stream. Not yet. Still have not watched it. I've been watching the Righteous Gemstones. I'm actually
great show. I forgive you then, but we do need to plan that freaking Starship Troopers stream. We need to do it.
I just finished the first season. It is a funny ass show. And as you know, I love redheads. I have a thing for redheads. I think redheads who maybe aren't so cute are still hot as hell. They're still hot as hell to me. So with that said, though, man, his wife in that show is smart.
Oh yeah, she actually the first time I met her, she played in one of my favorite shows, Smallville. She replaces Lex Luthor and comes in Yeah.
With that red hair, dude, it's just magnifique. The Lord is good type stuff. So, but yeah, that show's funny as hell. I'll be enjoying it. We got my man Drew Manchu in the house. He's got opinions, and you're gonna listen to him. What up, Drew? Good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming through. Dave Mayers is here as well. My Planet Comic Con homie. It was so good to hang out with you this year. Hoping that we get to do that again. We got Benny's hype in here. What's up? The great legend is here as well. The Kansas City crew is representing strongly. I don't know if you guys are plugged into Instagram, but if you are, you can go to my Instagram page, Circumstances, same spelled the same on Instagram, at Circumstances, no space. And you can see the reel that I put together. It's from Ink Pulp, which I think was Sean Crystal's podcast. But Scotty Young was on there with Jim Mafood, and they were talking about the time that they ran into me, Beckerman, me, Bobby De La Ghetto, as we were meeting up with Aggressively Relaxing as he was driving from Denver to Georgia. He stopped in Kansas City. And we met up with him just to say what's up as he came through with his family. And we went to this comic shop here. And he was in this comic shop specifically looking for some Jim Mafood stuff. He was at Mile High in Denver looking for Jim Mafood stuff. Couldn't really find the early Girl Scout stuff. And he figured if he came to the place where Jim Mafood was from, maybe he could find some stuff. Well, he did not find the Jim Mafood books he was looking for, but coincidentally, he did find Jim fucking Mafood himself, walked into the shop that we were in. And the funny thing about it is I learned from Scotty Young that it was more of a coincidence than we previously understood, because I kind of assumed that that was his shop. Like when he went to his shop, he went to that one. But apparently he drove 30 minutes out of his way that day to just go digging in a random shop. And it just happened to be the day and the time that we were meeting up with AR, who was looking for Jim Mafood stuff. So it was just a crazy coincidence. And then on top of that, to know that the fact that Jim Mafood was there was kind of out of the way as well, just added to the coincidence of it. So check that out. Check out that Ink Pulp podcast. It's on Spotify. It's also on YouTube. And a lot of indie creators, a lot of great creators on there talking comics, talking shop. So highly recommend you check that out. And it was really cool to see that. And it gives AR a great line, because he's been saying, most of the time when you meet your heroes, you talk about when you met them. But he gets to say that Jim Mafood talked about the time that he got to meet AR. So that's
pretty freaking awesome.
That's a pretty funny story. Check it out on the Instagram, share it, like it. Let's get that one out, and let's promote that Ink Pulp podcast, because it was pretty cool. But thank you, great legend, for coming through. And this is the Fantastic Fourth. This was actually the Kansas City Comic Collector shirt that they came up with. And we have a crawl every once in a while. And this was the shirt we had last year for the crawl on the 4th, or around the 4th. And it was always a great time. So shout out to the Kansas City Comic Collectors group on Facebook. Those are the homies. Always love hanging out with them. I am me and loving it. Yeah, if you don't love you, who else gonna love you, man?
Isn't that masturbation?
Oh, Retro actually has comics. Oh man. The more things stay changed, the more things they stay the same.
So you saw my
just asking for a friend.
We'll definitely get to your books, Retro. I definitely want to see what you got there. We got the homie Geek Out with Roscoe in as well. I've not seen Geek Out a whole lot lately, but he is looking a lot slimmer these days. It almost doesn't even look like the same person, really. So,
yeah, Marcus, this is one of the very few times I get to go out to get comics, let alone thrift goods, because it's not just 2 comics I got to share. Got some other retro stuff to share that I picked up as well. So if that's
very cool, very cool. But Roscoe lost a bunch of weight, and it's crazy how much it changes his face. It reminds me of when Jim Mint lost all that face, or all that weight.
Roscoe.
It's like he was wearing a Roscoe
you could
suit.
You could really see it in his face. It's crazy how much the weight affects your face. You don't really think about that.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Roscoe on your channel before. It's just my memory's poor. It's how it is.
Nah, you probably haven't seen him around. He hasn't been around here for a while, but you've probably seen him on other places. We got the Daymares in here looking freshly cut and clean.
What's
Look at
up,
that
brother?
hair. What's up?
Finally got a haircut.
Good to see you, my
I've
man.
grown mine.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, John. The leaderboard. Just go with it. Just keep chatting. Just go with it.
No
Yeah, I
doubt.
mean that's the healthy way to think about it, Phil. Definitely. Also, I like turtles. We got the Bleecker Street Comics is in the house as well. What up, Bleecker? Good to see you, my man. Thanks for
Big
coming
time.
through. Check him out on Sundays for church with Reverend Bleecker. Always a good time over there.
He also did a
it's
blind
awesome.
bag reveal today. He did one of those Battle Beast blind bags.
Yeah, it's crazy how well those blind bags have done. And I look forward to 6 months from now checking out the prices on those books because I imagine they're going to be in the shitter. But I'm interested to see if I'm wrong or not. But if you're wanting those books, man, just wait. You'll be able to
Well,
get
I
them.
was told today, and I don't know if there's any because this is the first time I heard it, but there's a rumor going around that there is like sketches in it and stuff like that. Okay, that's cool.
One in 1,000, one in 2,000. I forgot which one.
Correct.
Oh, that makes it cool. Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. We got Brother Joe in the house. Kansas City Comic Crew is in the house. What up, my man?
What's
Thanks
up,
for coming
Legion?
through.
Oh, sorry. What's up, Legion? I wanted to, since Legion's in the chat, I want to quickly update. Legion, I started playing Turok 1 again. I know it's your favorite thing, so I want to let you know. Yeah, just to kind of explain, Circum, I don't think you were aware when I explained this to Legion. I had a file on Turok 1 initially, and Steam somehow deleted it against my will, so I have to restart from the beginning, if that makes sense. But I did beat Turok 2 and actually beat Turok 3 recently. So
that's what's up. The Turok Love is out here. Shout out to the homie Legion of Comics who points out finding Jim.
it was
finding his books.
Yeah, I declared today Turok Tuesday. So
There you go. So it shall be.
It kind of sounded catchy, you know.
We got Comic Cap Collectibles in the house as well. What up, my man? I appreciate you joining us tonight for this FOC and chill. Phil got to meet up with Roscoe. I did see those pics, man. I was jealous. That always looks fun. I always love meeting up with the homies. Super upset that I did not win any big bets to get me out to Heroes Con this year, which is a huge bummer. But I look forward to watching the video, seeing the clips, and seeing everybody hang out, man. It's going to be fun to at least watch.
Don't feel bad, bud, because they did a free comic book day this year, this May, and I didn't even get to go to that. And we normally, me and my family, go every year, and this year was not one of those year cases. So it's kind of a bummer because that's main. Like if you're talking like thrift and comic book stuff, that's main event in town here, where I get most of my good pickups. So kind of a letdown. So.
Legion wants to know if we're going to talk about Mission Impossible. I don't really have any interest. I saw the first Mission Impossible, and I felt like that was enough.
Well, I do have drama surrounding Tom Cruise this December. TM freaking nerdy versus Tom Cruise in a main event boxing match. Tom Cruise is going down, baby.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Vampirilla blind bags were fire. I didn't know that they had Vampirilla blind bags.
Didn't know that either.
Never heard of it.
Okay, now we're getting into the Scientology stuff with Tom Cruise. So hard pass on all. I don't understand any of that stuff. Turok Evolution is best. Is that true, Retro?
Here's the thing: the only 3 Turok games I remember. I think I vaguely remember Turok Evolution when my 2 siblings had it on PS2. I never got to play it because, you know, being young and all, Graham kind of banned me from playing that because of violent content. But she was more comfortable with me playing Turok 2 because it was more, you know, not as graphic because it's on N64. I don't know. She had weird things. But Turok Evolution, yes, I remember that. I got something to tell you guys. I think Legion already knows about this. Turok Origins is coming out either this year, 2025, or whatever. And the thing about it is instead of you playing as either one character being Joshua, the first Fire Seed, or like Turok 3 is the 2 other characters. Nah, bro. In Turok Origins, you play as a choice of 3 characters. So it's going to be big. My issue with Turok 3 was the length of the game. It was very, very short, let alone, and Legion agreed to this, that it was a cliffhanger as well. So that makes sense. Turok 3, anyway.
Yeah, and it's true about Dave Mayers. He has lost a ton of weight as well.
250 pounds.
If you go back, I actually did, Dave Mayers. I went back and looked at some of your old videos, and yeah.
Well, Dave
you
Mayers,
definitely
congratulations. I think I gained a couple pounds. Because I don't know about you guys. I actually have been dealing with a knee injury that caused me to sit down a lot and eat. So, I don't think some of you knew. I got my channel monetized and decided to celebrate while dancing, which cost me my knee. So,
that sucks. But yeah, shout out to Dave Mayers. If you go back on his channel, you can see that a lot has changed for him as well, and that is a fuck ton of weight to lose. So,
It's like me and my son.
that's
how
big a boy are you?
I got up to about 425.
Oh,
can someone drop Dave Mayers' link? Because I actually don't think I'm subscribed to him yet. And I kind of feel bad. So, can someone drop Dave Mayers' link? Or Dave Mayers, can you drop yours in private chat?
He doesn't drop. When was the last time you dropped a video, Dave Mayers?
It's been a while.
So
and I've got stuff I've been meaning to drop a video about and haven't. So.
Every day is Turok Tuesday, Legion says. We got the homie Biggie Shack is in the house as well.
Tuesday on my channel as well.
Day looks like Abercrombie Fitch model with that haircut. Look at that. Hey, what's up? What up to the homie Biggie? Good to see you, my man. John Stout, unable to go to Heroes due to health issue. Oh, man, that's I'm sorry to hear that. Let's clear those thetans and collect thetans and collect some
thetans?
Maybe? That's from Scientology. That's
okay.
That's probably why we don't know it.
Look at that. Chaos and Comics is here. Apparently my biggest fan. I don't know if I believe that. That sounds like a troll to me. Hurt Evolution was cool, but the main bad guy is a downgrade. Yeah, I don't know anything about Turok. Like, I've never read a single comic book, never played the game. I don't know anything.
Wait, I got a question for Legion, because now I'm curious. Legion, was Turok Evolution the one with that cowboy with the cybernetic arm and also the guy Cyborg Tyrannus? Because I'm a little bit... I watched a walkthrough on one of the Turok games, but I'm still not 100%. So... I'm still trying to figure out the timeline and stuff. So,
not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at a comment that just came in.
Me too.
No, Tim. I'll put him with that back. No, that's Campaigner from the OG. All right.
Social studiesology.
Campaigner.
What is going on in the chat?
So, Campaigner would be Tyrannus.
Scientology,
okay.
social studiesology.
So campaigner, yeah, I saw that if you beat the campaigner, that's actually one of the achievements on Steam. So okay, that puzzle pieces connect. Thank you.
All right, link is pinned in the chat, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. All right, Retro, I believe you.
Yes, sir. 100%.
We are currently experiencing issues with the swapping of streams. The feature has been temporarily disabled. What? What am I paying for? I can't make you big, apparently. What the heck?
Hold on. Wait just a dig a minute. That can't be.
That's weird.
Okay, just plus all equals. We'll see what
that's
that's never happened before.
I've never heard of that.
I mean, with all the
I can't switch people around. Yeah.
Well, regardless, if you keep it like this, it should be just fine. I mean,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. So, there you go.
None of my stuff has small print anyway, except for this. Y'all know I have actually it's pretty large print of text. Y'all know I have a Walkman, okay? Y'all also know I got a special on Halloween on October called Retroine. I thought I might pick something up for that to showcase more or less about that on Retroine. I picked up a Halloween sing-along songs cassette. Irrelevant, but that was one of the things I picked up. Now, before I get to the comics, I have two PC games, one of which is a TV series that we kids grew up on. It's none other than Liberty's Kids from PBS Kids. That is from the Learning Company. I actually picked it up yesterday and finally got it working because I tried to emulate on Internet Archive, and for some reason I went emulate. That's that. The other thing is, nothing important. It's just, Jumpstart Kindergarten, one of my also one of my childhood favorites. Okay, done and done. Here's the comics I picked. Y'all gonna have to educate me because again, these are. I know who the superheroes are. I just the storyline not 100%. I've heard one is talk about the new Avengers, and holy crap, if that's what Mr. Stark has underneath those iron plates, then man, he's got a bit of a comfort issue, eh? Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
That's
look
the
at
new
that.
Avengers. I picked that up. Well, actually, here's the thing. My sister paid
He's
for all this
American.
because she just wanted to have a day out with us and have fun.
Mhm.
She was nice enough to pay for some comics for me. They were only 99 cents a piece anyway, so
Yeah, that's a good price.
100%. The two-piece of games, the Jumpstart Kindergarten was $2.99. That doesn't run on my computer, but it's a nice piece to the collection. But the Liberty Kids was $1.99. As for the cassette tape, obviously 99 cents. Okay, that's the new Avengers. Now here's the thing: I bought 2 comics, and luckily on both sides of the river situation, we bought a Marvel comic of the new Avengers. But you know me, I guess I'm passively a Batman fan because reasons. This is hold on, let me take a look at this. This is the issue 17, October 2021. The Dark Knight leaves Gotham and enters the Abyss, whatever that means. It just says Batman is written by Joshua Williamson, and y'all gonna have to forgive me if I pronounce it wrong because instead of a G, they put a J. Illustrated by I think it's George Molina or something. Molina. Again, you'll have to forgive me.
Jorge,
Yeah,
Jorge
George
Molina.
Molina.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
you'll like Joshua Williams. Well, I hope you like Joshua Williamson. He's a great writer over at DC.
Regardless, I am a connoisseur of comics. I really don't discriminate on what I read comics as long as it's good. So the other thing I got here with the new Avengers, the only thing they list for illustration is you got Bendis, Diodato, Pimentel, and Stewart. That's the tops. I guess that's the producers or someone that helped write the comic or something. It says at the top of the corner here, Marvel.com, whose site are you on, and date, obviously. It doesn't give any really descriptive detail on the front like that one does. So, date, I think this date right here, I'm not even sure if this is the right date because this looks like a fairly new comic. It's 5/03/06. So, it says it's issue 18, I believe. I believe that's what that number in that little white box there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice, I'm glad I got some comics recently because I'm always been trying to get the program here with you guys. So Joshua lives in
Absolutely.
what?
Very cool. And
John's-
TN asks if I own every West Coast Avengers, and the answer is yes, I do. I own every one ever. I don't own every variant, but I do own every issue,
that's the
every
question.
annual.
How?
Didn't you complete that in 2023?
Yeah, and then I did a thing where I posted I
remember.
posted one West Coast Avengers cover a day
Well,
for 102 days because there's 102 issues of the second volume.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Real quick, I wanted to touch base on this game real quick because I played it this morning. And it's kind of a special place in my heart as well as my channel because we have a thing on my channel called Boston Tea Time. And the first bit you get into in this is the Boston Tea Party. Well, it says on front right here, it features the Boston Tea Party. And that's the first quest so there you go to do whatever is in this game you do. The main dealio of this game is you're writing a newspaper. So you're the press. And you have to ask questions to these famous people, including Samuel Adams. And that was the first thing I did this morning was play the Boston Tea Party, and I actually did it live. So, and if you want my opinion, It's nice. It actually says in a little box here, as seen on PBS Kids. I'm sorry about my blurry camera. It's just, this is kind of a throwback, because coincidentally, not only did we watch this on PBS Kids, we also, y'all remember cereal box prizes and stuff? We used to get
Yes.
those promo discs of
Yeah.
like Garfield.
They gave like whistles whenever I got,
Well,
Well,
yeah,
actually-
they did that too. But like in the 2000s, they started with those game like
Yeah, promo
game
discs.
discs.
And even
Yeah.
DVDs. This was not one of the promo discs, but they had a couple different kind of PC game promo discs. They had the Cocoa Puffs, Sunny's Race for Chocolate Taste. I had somewhere in here, but it's gone. The other one I remember vaguely growing up in my days of the early 2000s via promo PC game discs is that Captain Crunch's Crunchling Adventure. We all know that. Like,
I hate
where you-
Captain Crunch.
Yeah, well, you may hate the cereal, but the game is lit.
Yeah. The cereal, it just like it tears apart the top of your mouth.
I 100%, I agree. Plus, recently they released a version of Trick Cereal where they brought back the old fruit shapes, and I'm telling you, as much as I love nostalgia, I did not enjoy it when they did it like a fruit shape for that Tricks, because same deal, it ripped up the top of your mouth. So. No.
That's what's up. Kevin, what's up with you, my man? Anything to report on your end? Anything going on in California?
I'm supposed to report on my end.
Yeah.
It just got too raining out here. I could say that.
It's
Which
currently
one's good?
clear here. A
Mine-
friend of mine was telling me that we were supposed to have the Aurora Borealis last night. Sucks to be me. It was cloudy last night. I would have loved to
No.
experience it. Man, what a letdown. I've never experienced it because, again, that stuff normally happens like where? Alaska?
the
Sort of
north-
deal? Yeah,
the
that
northern
area.
lights.
Yeah, the
Hey,
northern
hey,
lights.
Hey Marcus, can I ask a question to the panel and everybody in the chat?
Sure, absolutely.
I want to know, and it's just because I just watched. Thanks to Papa, Papa got on my tail and said, "Hey, you need to watch this documentary," and it was Pee Wee as himself. It's on Max. It's a great documentary. So my question to the panel and the chat: what is your favorite documentary?
Oh, God.
I've
Who
been
wants to
meaning to
start?
watch it.
'Cause, y'all start first. Because y'all.
Idiocracy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Idiocracy, not a documentary, but very much a good movie.
Pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was wanting to watch that. I'm working my way through Gemstones, but I definitely want to eventually watch that because it looks really good.
Yeah.
My favorite documentary, no question, is going to be The Fog of War, the 11 Lessons of War by Robert McNamara and Errol Morris. Robert McNamara was JFK's defense secretary, and he was involved in World War II, right into Vietnam, right into all that stuff. So super interesting look at history. I love that documentary. It's my favorite for sure, no question.
Yeah. My favorite documentary, and unfortunately I have two that are tops because they kind of equal each other out, is when I had this collection of DVDs and they were documentary DVDs, but out of that collection I liked the Babe Ruth documentary about the baseball player. And aside from that, the Michael Jackson "This Is It" documentary, 100%. I didn't really watch too much of the Elvis documentary because it's one of those things, it's not as much as my family loved Elvis. It was not something I could sit still and watch. But This Is It and the Babe Ruth documentary on DVD, 100%. My top.
Yeah.
So
We got The Last Waltz. Biggie Shack says probably that 9/11 doc. I'm assuming he means Loose Change, that controversial documentary.
Wasn't there a documentary with that dude with the beard and the baseball cap so that he went around interviewing people? I can't remember who that was. There was there was a documentary with, not to talk about weight, but just to describe him, he was heavy set. He wore like a jacket like this. Had like some sort of baseball cap situation. He kind of looked like Zach.
He did a lot
He-
of those.
Yeah, he looked like Zach Galifianakis a little bit, but
Um,
I don't know. But yeah.
The
My
one-
grandma had DVD on that, so
But yeah, Loose Change had some crazy accusations in it,
Yeah.
including faking human beings. That was wild. That was a wild time. It's crazy how long ago that was, and it's crazy that many people forget. But back then, Alex Jones was considered left wing because he was a 9/11 truther, and so he was very much against Bush, saying that it was an inside job. And now he's now he's
Yeah.
considered to be the right. It's funny to me how that is fluid, really. It's same thing with someone like Snoop Dogg, who was, hated
Yeah.
in the mainstream when he was accused of murder years and years ago. And now he's loved in the media where he's involved in presidential politics. It's crazy how things change like that.
Yeah, and the thing is, there was one more documentary. I hate this. Keep going, and I promise you, this is the last one because again, this is a McDonald's-based documentary. Super Size Me. Sorry, I had to say it. The Super Size Me documentary talk about obesity and how McDonald's has done people dirty with obesity. As much as I hate watching because I'm a lover for McDonald's, still one of the greatest documentaries I ever watched. And the weird part is we watched it in school. So
Yeah.
Ken Burns.
Anybody else have an answer on the panel there?
Ken Burns
Yeah.
put out a bunch of stuff that I was
yeah, Wanda.
never watched back in the day. 90s.
Which
For
one
me,
would-
Nixon.
Nixon.
Yeah, there was a
You're
Nixon
talking about
documentary.
President. You're talking about
Um,
President Nixon, right?
Yeah, there was also an old documentary I'm trying to remember that I saw when I was a kid about the Donner Party. Shit,
No.
there was a couple of them about if I recall, it was not the one guy that chopped his arm off, but there was actually a party of people that were out in New Mexico that got lost, and when it came back, there it is. Basically, two of them left. Those type of survival type things kind of fascinate me, and that and political stuff does. So there's been just a few out there that have been good.
No, I got a question.
Not saying conspiracy style, to say that there, reports that this is what actually transpired. Type
Well,
things.
if I may, just to add on to the concept of our buddy's question in the chat, when you say documentary, right? Can you call something that's like on animal plants, such as the I Survived shows, where the people get lost in the wilderness and they talk about how their experience was. Do you consider that?
This wasn't recent. This was something that the idea is it was a party that was going out during, I want to say, in the 1800s. The large group. The idea is they were supposed to go down into a valley to assess an area. What they didn't know is already populated. They were basically made an example of, and two are left purposely alive as an example of saying not to come here.
Oh,
That's crazy. That one,
100%.
I've never seen it. Biggie talks about Into the Wild or something like that. The one where that
Oh,
dude
yeah.
got ate by bears.
Oh,
I have
no.
not watched that
there's
one.
there's that documentary about a guy that was called the Grizzly Man or something. He was ripped apart by a bear or
Woof.
something.
Crazy.
Into the Wild was really good.
Inside Job is a great one about the 2008 crisis.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's funny how no one cares about what actually happened in that crisis, which was
Dude, one of the greatest things.
absolutely-
Again, one of the-
1846 was when the Donner Party went out.
Yeah, that was another one. There was a time there was a bunch of stuff being released in the 1800s. You know what I mean? So I was watching maybe Discovery Channel or something like that, and there was these, they're telling these stories about it. I was like, this is fascinating.
Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, what was that Nexum documentary? It was like it unveiled all the stupid shit that guy was doing.
When you say that guy, what do you mean?
Like, I forget his name, but the Nexium. That what? No, it was like a bunch of celebrities was in it too. It was a cult. It got brought out that like it was
Illuminati.
no. It was like the girl that played Chloe from Smallville was in it, and she got
Oh, yeah.
she got sent to jail and stuff for it, and I forget
mean,
what
I
it's
don't
called.
know.
They're
I
not
mean-
replacing Wild Red.
I mean, I know there was something on documentary that, you know, being these celebrities signing their soul and stuff, being Illuminati.
Well, yeah,
stuff.
like
My
this
brother was-
documentary showed
In
like these.
XIVM.
Yeah. You know, we got, yeah, my brother was, who was in
Alice Mack
Boston.
was involved in that too.
My brother who was living in Boston back when we was kids, and you know, he was like very fascinated with the idea of the Illuminati. It was one of the toughest and biggest subjects back in the teen times of the, you know, the 2010s, you know, and everyone be talking about it, you know, and that was one of those subjects that both kind of not interested me, but at the same time, it was interesting enough to scare the living daylights at me. So, if that makes
talking about the
sense.
Illuminati for 100 years.
Well, the thing is, I didn't find it out about the subject till, you know, because, you know, kids be kids, but, you know, I didn't really know nothing about it till, you know, I got educated in my more recent years. I actually did a lot of research over the years on it, but again, I'm just, like I said, not 100% aware or even sure what to think or even, you know, again, I have autism, and there are certain things, I'm gonna be honest with you, there are certain things I can never grasp the concept of, and there are some things I understand about it, but again, there's certain things I don't.
Okay, I got it. It was called The Vow. It was like it was a 2-season kind of documentary on Nexium, and Keith Raniere was his name. I couldn't think of his name, but yeah, and it was all about how he got people into it, and then they started branding the people that were in it and stuff. It was wild.
Wow.
100%. You know, the thing about cults is it's a very enticing thing when they tempt you into a cult. Like I've seen
Yeah,
all the,
truly,
like
so
my
good.
mother herself watches a bunch of documentaries on these cults like Charles Manson, stuff like that. That's kind of her shtick when she's been binge watching, is, you know, serial killers, cults, stuff like that. And one of the things that popped up was specifically one of the Illuminati, one of the Zodiac killer, and there was truly Charles Manson. So there were a lot of there were a lot of things my mother has touched base on that for some odd reason I've sit through it very easily. So, and sat there and kind of, you know, enticed, not really enticed, but, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well,
Speaking
it's surprising because you just don't realize like
Yeah.
how like you live in your own kind of like once you start watching this stuff, you're just like, oh wow, I live in my own bubble. And that just to hear some of these stories come out of people's mouths or what they've experienced and stuff, and you're just like, wow. Like
Yeah,
I never
100%.
thought that somebody would be that kind of evil, right?
Or a little, or if on another side thing, you never would think that someone would go through something that bad, you know. Obviously, the victim I'm talking about. So, and that's it. A lot of us human beings, we tend to, how you say, we tend to think in a bad situation, our life is the worst. But there are some of us, as life goes on, there are some of us who are in a more worse situation. And when it comes to cults and victims and stuff, that's kind of the diehard situation. So, if I may be so bold about that. So, it's one of those things like you have to take you take a subject with a grain of salt, but you also take it in as importance. So,
Words of wisdom right there.
Yeah.
what does it say? In the words of, can I please read that out? In the words of Creed on The Office, I've been a member of many cults. You have a lot of fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader. 100%. I guess that's, well, see, I've never been in that situation. I wouldn't know. So,
What up to John's Comics with Kids? Good to see you, my man.
John's
Thanks for
Comics with
coming
Kids.
through.
Love that guy. I've seen him a couple times recently. So,
And we've got Chaos in Comics trying to buy his way to the top of the leaderboard. I can tell you it does not work. John's Comics with Kids tried to buy his way for my crown. and he was never able to take it. So I would be cool if money got you to lead, because that entices you to pay money.
Bribery. You know something? Oh, sorry.
I was just
real
gonna.
Quick, actually, before we do that, real quick, we did get a super chat, so I do want to share one of my memes, and we'll go with this one.
I can't eat this, but how exciting is it to smell it?
Thank you to Chris for the super chat, man. I appreciate you, brother. All right, my bad, TM. What were you gonna say?
I just want to say that Ben Compton's comment, "Don't fuck with cats on the internet," was a great documentary, and that it was all about like these people that were they this kid was like, and it sucks because he was from Canada. This kid was like freeze drying cats in bags and stuff. And then these people that were like saw this, that are on the internet, said like, hey, we got to keep an eye on this guy, and they were the ones that pretty much like figured out like a whole crime thing that was going to happen about this kid who ended up actually killing somebody. Oh, it's a wild story. It's a wild story.
Dude, what you just said, the way you described that, my mother actually was watching that recently, and let me tell you, I have not been able to sleep the same at night.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's a terrible story because the kid had a VHS tape of him like mutilating a puppy, and my mom had to describe to me like when the detective was crying, that kind of stuff messes with people, and yeah, it would mess with me too. So and
that's terrible.
100%. And the thing is, while watching the documentary, that the kid was inspired by Christian Bale's Psycho. So.
Oh no! Well, this guy was. What's that scene? What's that movie? Is it? It has the guy, the old Ant-Man, and Douglas, something Douglas. Michael Douglas, where he gets like where it has that girl that like you get to see her coochie.
Basic instinct, Sharon.
Basic instincts in that. Like this kid was trying to like imitate that as much as like they released the police tapes of him being interviewed for it and stuff, and he shot for shot did that scene from Basic Instincts, and that he was inspired by that movie. And yeah, it was just wild.
Like 100%. And the fact that this is a kid, from it just is shocking how someone so young can go that far, 100% TN County Fatal Attraction, 100%.
How do you get a crown in this place? Jeez. Yeah, I don't quite understand how the leaderboard works, but congratulations to our current crown, Benny Compton, who has taken the #1 slot on the leaderboard.
Yeah, Circum, I see you and some other people notice the crown bits in your chat. Like, while I'm here, what do you guys think about that crown stuff, the points and stuff? What are your opinions on that? Because I've already discussed it with Jigs. I've discussed it with some others. Yeah.
I mean, it's harmless, right? It just encourages people to interact. There's nothing, doesn't hurt anything. So
yeah. So I don't have any problem. It's just I don't know what the point of it is. That's the main thing on me. Is not. I know there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't see the point of it. No offense, other than interaction.
That is the point of it, though. I mean, you said I don't see the point other than the point is basically what you said.
No, well, I guess what I'm trying to get is actually Rob, not near Mint, had made a. I guess he made a point that kind of crossed me. Yes, there's points in chat. That's great. Everyone gets to interact. But the thing that Rob, aka Not Near Mint, had touched base on is the spammers in chat will now be encouraged, is what I'm saying.
That's
but
what you have mods for.
Yeah, that's what Jake said that made me rethink that. So
yeah, so it's not a big deal either way, really.
Yeah. But real quick, I just started using those mod things, the Nightbot and stuff. Someone's gonna have to teach me how to work them things because someone on my chat was actually trying to get me to work with a Nightbot programming and also the stream elements because they say it's really cool and how it benefits your stream. So, but I really need someone either from your community. I don't know how we can do this, but I think Legion can help me or someone be instead because I need info on how to frick and do this Nightbot or stream element stuff because y'all are experts at this 100%. Me, not so much. And me, I'm kind of a techie too. So, well, anyway, regardless, Circum is 10:20. You know the drill. I know I normally go at 11, but for whatever reason, the housemates decided to go to bed early tonight, and you know I can't risk. So
You're all good, man. I can't make you big, but anything you want to promote before you get out of here?
well, let me think. We have, well, if I get the serial or anything like that, real quick, we have a possible what we used to do every Saturday, but we have kind of slacked on it. We're gonna try again to do a Saturday Serial Bowl chat because we haven't done one for a couple months, and I kind of feel bad because that's kind of what, excuse me, that's what a lot of people on the channel really look forward to is the Saturday Serial Bowl chat. That particular bit is to kind of pay tribute to the Saturday cartoons and wake up in the morning to a bowl of cereal. Coincidentally, I do have that McDonald's bowl, and actually recently I ordered a replacement of the McDonald's spoon to go with it because someone, I guess they may have thrown it out mistakenly, think it was disposable. But yeah, I just bought a new McDonald's cereal spoon with the bowl that I had. But yeah, that's one of the things we got going on Saturday. As far as Thursday and stuff and Wednesday, I have no idea, but I do know that by Thursday I have an unboxing to do of a retro McDonald's style thing. It's actually a rare item according to the eBay. They only made some. I don't know how many, but again, it's what they call limited made or whatever. And it's something I wanted to showcase on my channel via unboxing. So other than that, we also have Friday, typical Friday podcast, yada yada. And then on my Twitch channel tonight, again, y'all don't have to worry about this. My Twitch channel tonight, which I'll be going to after this because it's a lot easier to stream on there via gameplay than talking on panel because, But and let me explain real quick. The reason why I go over to Twitch to do gaming at night when they're in sleep is because it's a lot easier for me to be quiet and play a game versus talking and getting excited on a panel. So yeah.
No worries, man. Thanks for jumping on so much, Retro. Link is in the chat for Retro guys. Check them out. I appreciate you coming.
If you guys need my Twitch, by all means, just ask. Otherwise, don't worry about it. So
Have a good one.
Right.
Good night, guys. May the Retro be with you. As always, bless.
I can't do the traditional make you big, unfortunately. Let me see.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's disabled, so I can't do that. Only I can be big. But Daymers, anything you want to talk about before we get out of here? Anything you want to promote?
No. I did have one question though. So, the Exquisite Corpses blind bags. Did you buy any of them?
I bought one. Yeah.
So, do you know how rare the foil card is?
The foil one? No, I didn't get one of those.
Here's my normal one.
Yeah.
And I bought two of them, and one of them had a foil card in it.
I didn't know that foil cards existed.
I didn't either until I got
now
that.
I feel FOMO. Now I need it. Thanks a lot.
So I was just
I didn't even know that they were doing blind bags for that. I thought it was just like until today I didn't know that what was it, the Vampirella? Was it Vampirella or Vampirella or that Exquisite Corpses did blind bags. I knew that The Walking Dead did, but I didn't know that those two did.
Exquisite Corpses one was just because of the cards.
It wasn't a blind bag, yeah, because you got this. It was all the same cover. I think cover C, but that particular cover came with the card. So it's not a blind bag, really.
Oh, okay.
I thought
'Cause
it
you
was
know
a
what
blind
you're
bag. That's why I
getting.
bought 2 of them. And then
Yeah,
And
there's
then-
only one book. Well, I didn't know there was a hologram card though, so maybe
I
it
didn't
was a
either.
blind bag, and I just didn't know it. Maybe the
But I
people
think
were
that's
giving
what
it out.
I think that's why they made it like that with the sleeve over it, is so that you couldn't see what card you were getting.
Chaos still trying to pay his way to the top of the leaderboard. Let's check in and see where that puts him. That puts him at a very strong 8th place. So congratulations on that 8th place. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I really do appreciate it. And honestly, Chaos, I think if you put triple digits, that will lock in number 1 spot. So
I heard you have to put at least $200 in it to get to the top.
yeah. So I mean, if at first you don't succeed, Chaos, just spend more money and that'll fix it. But that is the super chat. So we are going to share another one of my stupid memes that I've done, and let's go with this one.
I heard about this drug. I said, let me take it. It was my suggestion. I said, let me take it. And it was incredible the way it worked. Incredible.
Incredible the way it worked. Thank you to Chaos and Comics, Chris, for the extra $2. I'm sorry that it did not move you up the leaderboard. I apologize for that. But back to you, Dave Mares. What were you saying?
So there was that, and then also I just want whenever it comes to like drama and stuff, life's too short to.
So love the one you got.
Whack. I meant, just a little, tidbit. You never know when someone's going to be gone. Today would have been my 25th wedding anniversary. My wife is still alive. So you never know what's going to happen. So don't just, waste
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've been focusing on the stuff we hate a little too much,
Yeah. I'm guilty of that as well. Like, but I don't want to do that anymore. And Damien, that's right. That's true because like after I get off the phone with people, for example, like people in this community and stuff, like I do talk to somebody. She doesn't really come out and like on streams and stuff, but like we talk a lot of comics and stuff. After I get off the phone with her and that, like I tell her like I love you because you don't know like that. Like, wouldn't you want your last words to somebody to be very kind, or would you rather them be very hateful? I'd want them to be kind. Like every death is permanent and stuff, and I don't wish death on anybody. And like because like yeah, that's the end of an era. That's the end of your life and stuff. Also, like if we continue to hate, like I it's funny. I just watched Grown Ups recently, the Adam Sandler movie and stuff, and like I'm taking a quote from that and stuff. Do you want your whole life to just be like at the end of your life when the great buzzer goes off? Do you want everything to be like remembered like that you lived a good life, or that you lived a life of regrets and hate? Like I just added the hate part. But like you don't want to live your life with regrets and just be and stuff. You want to make good moments, you want to be happy, you want to share great moments with people that are close to you and stuff. You don't want to be miserable the rest of your life and stuff. And if we continue to talk about things that we hate, it's just you're just going to be miserable. You're just hurting yourself.
Yeah, YOLO, as they say. Anything? That's a great point, Damers. I like that. I know
That's
Legion
all I
like
got.
that as well. And I'm sorry for I know it was a while ago now, but it still sucks, man. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Be
Damers,
thankful
I
for
love you,
life.
buddy.
I'm gonna go kiss my wife before I lay down and be thankful for her. Because that's a great point, man. Be thankful. It's not nearly the same thing, but it was a lesson I definitely learned when my dog passed away. We've been together for 14 years, so that's a long time. It was hard to lose him. But that was the thing that I learned is like, no matter how long it is, 14 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, it's not enough. It'll never be enough. And that was the thing that hit home. I was like, I was with him for 14 years, and this is still not enough. This is still devastating. And I know I'll feel this way on my deathbed as well. And that's something to really think about. So thank you. Thank you for pointing that out, man.
Yeah.
Anything else, man?
Yeah,
Anything
it
else
is a bloodshot statue.
Yeah.
That is dope, man.
Yeah.
How many you got? How many statues you got?
Uh,
Are you crazy with it?
Not too crazy. Not like a lot of people. I've got a couple, but nothing.
I only have 2. I got a Scarlet Witch one that I very much wanted, and then I have a Riddler from the Batman that I didn't want, but I bought it anyway.
Another Army of Darkness one over there.
Oh, that one looks fun.
And then over there, I got 2 Walking Dead ones down there.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason why I bought them is they came with McFarlane autographed.
Oh, nice.
So, and then another Bloodshot statue up there, and then a few other odd and stuff.
All that value. There's a certain members in this community who they got love for Valiant, right? They represent it. And the people who love Valiant, like they seem to be hardcore about it. They're like Spawn fans. People who love Spawn are hardcore about Spawn. People who love Valiant are fucking hardcore about Valiant.
Yeah,
Southern Comic Geeks, another one. Oh, you got the purple one, dog. I like that purple one.
Because I know, I think, there's people that still buy Valiant #1s when they come out.
Don't sleep on Valiant, they say. I did sleep on it, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know anything about Valiant at all. But I know they have their very serious fans. But thank you, Damaris, for jumping on as always and dropping a little wisdom on us for us to think about.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you as always. Entropy. I think TM's got he's got a sermon to give, so we'll let him go last. Entropy. Anything you want to drop on us? Anything going on with you? Anything you want to talk about? Any points you want to make? I don't think he's there. All right. Well, link for Entropy in Comics, aka Kevin, is in the chat. Definitely check the homie out. And we'll move on to TM Nerdy. Anything you want to promote or anything you want to talk about? Any wisdom you want to drop on the people?
Yeah, just love thy neighbor. Not really. Everybody go watch Pee-wee as himself.
Go watch your Pee-wee. Hey, yo.
Yeah, go watch your pee-pee. And that's about it. You can catch me on Biggie's show. We're doing book club tomorrow. Damn, he told me the number of the book I'm reading tonight. I want to say Brave and the Bold 58, maybe. I could be wrong. If Biggie's still here, he can let me know. But we'll be reviewing one of the Brave and the Bold comics. Or no, DC Comics Presents. Sorry. I think it's DC Comics Presents 56. We'll be reviewing that tomorrow. It's Matt's pick over on the Biggie Stack Network. If I was to push one show, it'd be that one because it's fully about comic books and it's about reviewing comic books, and that each guy gets to pick the comic each week and stuff. Tomorrow's it's Matt's pick. The week after that, I think it's Biggie's pick. I could be wrong, and then it just goes from there onward. And it's a great group of guys. It's me, Matt, Comic Collector Geek. D-Run Comics, Biggie Shack, of course. And yeah, it's just a great time over there reviewing the comics. Different takes from different people. We review the cover, the interior, and then the story, and then we give it an overall rating. So it's really fun over there. Collector Club over on Biggie Shack's channel. I'll be over on Gary B's channel for the 10-11 on the 17th. And then just check out my channel. You never know when I'll be going live, just showing off comic books that I've picked up. Thanks for having me, Marcus. And I'm sad to see that this is going on hiatus, but I understand.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we'll see. Who knows where things will go. And the consequence might be that I get back to making edited content again, because I do want to get back to that. I just got to find the motivation again. It's hard to spend as much time as it takes for the small amount of engagement that you get. And yeah, yes, I think we'll see how like I said at the beginning show, we'll see how I feel next week. But yeah, I think I'm going to take a break from FOC and chill, probably a month, and come back after that and figure out what I want to do. And like one of those absence makes the heart grow fonder kind of things. Everybody else takes breaks. I think I need one. I've been doing 3 shows a week for a long time, and it's really become a job. And I just need a break. And the only reason I'm not coming to Heroes is because of money, dude. If I had it in the budget, bro, I absolutely would. But we had a bunch of shit. We had to replace our we had to replace our washer, our dryer, and a refrigerator all in rapid succession. Yeah, so it was like it just killed the budget. So not going to be able to make it. And I don't think. Well, we all can't be Legion. We all can't be Legion. I'm just a little guy over here doing my little guy thing. But this won't be the end. I'm not leaving, guys. I will be back. I've been doing this for over a year, and I've been doing, is it 2 years? It's been a year, however long. I've been doing this a while, and I just need a little break to make sure that I still love it. But I will be back. But that's all I got this week. Until next week. Peace.